Hi guys, welcome to this brand new video. Here I'm going to talk about one specific question from the UPSC English Literature Optional. And today we're going to talk about a question from A Passage to India by E.M. Forster. This is paper 2 text. My name is Harshit Bharadwaj, as some of you probably know. This is my profile. I did my master's level education from University of Liverpool. I'm an author of a book by HarperCollins India. This is the title of the book on the screen, and I have been teaching English literature optional course at Unacademy for about an year now. Before before moving any further, let me give you a very quick promo about this fantastic carnival that's happening at Unacademy. So history, geography, and polity. All the great educators are coming along on the 29th of November. Even if you miss out this carnival live, you can attend it in the recorded format. It's happening on 29th November, 8 till 11 a.m. The highlights of this carnival is that you get the best source of preparation and guidance for history, geography, and polity for 2021 CSC prelims. And there are 50 plus free live classes in both Hindi and English language at the same time. So you can get these classes for free and you can download the PDFs as well. Some of the top Unacademy educators are going to be teaching you. These are the five for history: Arpita Sharma, Sanjeev Srivastav, Aarti, Ashish Malik, etc. Then these are the top educators from Unacademy who teach geography. These are the top guys. So do check out their classes as well. Already you have seven great Unacademy educators. 29th November, 8 till 11. Actually, these classes are happening all day. So you can join them on 29th of November for free classes. So yes, take this advantage, unlock the Plus experience for free and start learning from the best. You'll have to use my code HERSH to unlock these free classes. There's nothing to pay. You can attend all these live sessions on the 29th of November. Even if you attend them later, if you're watching this video later, you can still watch all these classes in the recorded format. I guess just use this code. Okay, good luck. Right, so the question that we are going to discuss in this video is this is again a primary concept, and it has many parts, this one question. So the question is this: do you agree with Fielding's view that Dr. Aziz is the symbol of India's muddle? And it's an actual past year question. There are many variations of this question, right? They can simply ask you to discuss Dr. Aziz as a model, or they can ask you, is Dr. Aziz a symbol of India's model? So many variations of this question, but this question in this present form is quite tricky. And let's break this down in various parts. Let's crack this question first. As I always tell you, to always crack the question, break it down in different parts. Normally, with every question, there are two questions. There are inherent questions. So, like the last time, there's certain keywords, certain parts of this question. The first one would be, do you agree with Fielding's view? That's the first part of the question, right? Uh, don't just jump into the conclusion and try and prove that Dr. Aziz is a model, because most students do this. They do this mistake. They just prove in their answer that Dr. Aziz is a model, right? Or he's not a model, right? Now, the first part of the question and the most important part is, do you agree with Fielding's view? Right? Do you agree with that view? This is what you have to counter or support. Then the second or third part is Dr. Aziz a model? As is he presented in the text as a model? So there you can probably agree with that. Yes, the way he's presented, he's a model or not. And the third part, can you take Dr. Aziz as a symbol of India's model? Is he representative or of the entire India? Right? One character, can he be representative of the entire country? So these are the things you have to consider. So the first part is, would you agree with Fielding's view? That's the important part. Now you can agree or disagree with Fielding's view, right? As I said, there are three parts of this question. If you agree that Dr. Aziz is a symbol of India's model, then you agree with him in entirety. Okay, and then you prove Dr. Aziz as a model. If you don't agree, you say, okay, there are many approaches to this answer. I'm not giving you any one, so I'm keeping it open. So you can say, okay, I agree with Fielding's view that Dr. Aziz is a model-headed character, but it would be unfair to make him representative of the entire country. So although I agree partly with Fielding's view that Dr. Aziz does come across as a model, but it will be unfair and myopic to make him a symbol of India's model. That's one approach. Another approach would be, I agree with the entire thing that yes, he's a symbol of India's model. Another approach could be that I don't agree with Fielding's view that Dr. Aziz is a symbol of India's model, because Dr. Aziz is just an independent individual character, and he's a stereotype, no doubt, but one character cannot be taken as a symbol of an entire country's model. And you can also go ahead and prove that Dr. Aziz, in fact, as a character, not a model. It's the limited understanding of the Britishers. That is the reason why they could not understand Dr. Aziz as a character. He's just a fully fledged, rounded, dynamic character. Okay. So many approaches you can take, but you'll have to decide your argument right here. Would you agree with Fielding's view? Okay. Now, once you put some focus upon the first part, do you agree with the Fielding's view? You'll have to consider whether Dr. Aziz is a model. How is he presented in the text? Whether you agree that yes, he is a model, then you say okay, you give examples from the text to prove that he is presented as a model. If you don't believe Dr. Aziz is a model, then of course you will not agree with Fielding's view, right? So this is the second key of this answer. The third and the final key of this answer is whether you think Dr. Aziz can be taken as a representative symbol of the entire country. Right? One character, one stereotypical character can be taken as a representative stereotype of the entire country. So you'll have to think about it, right? So again, depends on your textual argument. So this is the third and the final key of your answer. You'll have to think about it. Just like everything else, you'll have to build your answer around the textual evidences that you give in support of your argument. So, first part of the answer, would you agree with Fielding's view? That's where you'll have to take a stance. That's where you'll have to take a position. Now, that position will definitely depend upon what kind of textual evidences you have that you can give in your argument, right? But you will have to give textual evidences to prove whatever you are saying. So yes, I have already a couple of courses running on an academy. I'm teaching paper 2 course, and then right after that I'll be teaching paper 1 course. So that's for 2021 and 2022 aspirants. So if you are an English literature aspirant, these my courses are pretty substantial. 2-hour classes. Every text is covered. Everything is covered. I think this is quite structured. It helped me as a teacher to teach you better. Prior to that, I was teaching on YouTube. I was giving private lessons, which was very unorganized and unstructured. So this way I could reach a lot more students. And my entire passion is to be able to help English literature aspirants with preparation. So do check them out. If you feel that this is a good fit for you, you can join them. Do reach out to me in the comment section for anything you need to ask. So have a good rest of the day, rest of the evening, wherever you are, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Best of luck, good luck with your studies, and stay blessed. This is Harshit Bharadwaj signing off. Bye bye.